nope. You're like, nope, nope, nope. Don't want to do this anymore.
Right. So I'm just like, feel the pain, feel the burn, and it's no fun.
It is no fun. You know what else is no fun is getting ready to play Dungeons and Dragons without a dungeon master.
I guess we could just like step in for the dungeon master since he said he was going to be here, and now I don't know.
But you know what?
Happened.
If he's not going to be here tonight, I'm not going to be sad because I could go. Can't really lay down.
So check this out.
Go lay down.
So Barry leaves to go to his office to DM, right? Gets stopped by the police, and they're like, "Hey, you're not supposed to be out.
Personnel?
What's your essential person?" And he's like, "I'm a DM. I'm essential to this campaign." And they're like, "I'm gonna have to take you in, sir." And then boom, he gets arrested, and that's where he is.
Which would be a funny story for him because it would not be his first time
getting arrested for being a DM.
Yeah. You might not like that I put that out there on the airwaves, but
when was he arrested previously?
I'll have to have him tell you that story.
I don't even know this.
Yes, you do.
Do I know this? No.
You should. Well, I don't know if you should. Why should you? He's only, family, but whatever.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, weird.
Yeah, you might have to ask him about it when he gets here. Like I said, he might have blocked it out of he might have repressed that memory, which makes sense. I mean,
so Barcelona can no longer compete in the FIFA tournament that they're putting on through just by using FIFA because they're sponsored by some company and the company sponsorship will not let them compete, which is dumb.
That was a very vague explanation of something. So esports, obviously, yes.
It's not esports. So every sport, like actual sport, is like, hey, let's have our professional players play this video game in a tournament to kind of tide people over, right? So like Messi's supposed to play against Ronaldo Rivera, whatever Ronaldo's name is, Carlos Rivera, Christian Ronaldo. So
Cristiano. But anyway.
Barcelona's not allowed to play because of some stupid marketing issue, which is dumb. I think it's funny that they're going to let professional athletes play on these things anyway, because that's going to be kind of funny. Depending on if they even, I don't know how many of them actually play video games or play video games of themselves.
So Steve, it's probably very high. It's probably, we're probably in the 97th, 98th percentile. Like that's what you do. I mean, when you are a professional soccer player, you eat, breathe, sleep, drink. If it's available, they do it. If there's a game with their likeness, you better believe they do it.
I would think that they're probably playing things like Smash Brothers or Call of Duty more than playing FIFA or Madden.
No, they are football players play Madden, soccer players play FIFA.
No, I don't believe that. Where's your data coming from? I must know more.
It's out there and it's good data too. No, they totally do. They totally absolutely do. They are all about it. FIFA is the largest sports franchise in the world.
That is true.
So Madden probably doesn't have the strongest following, just because I don't think American football has the strongest following. Plus the Madden curse is alive for people. So you got to watch out for that.
No one wants to get their leg broken.
No one wants to be on the cover of Madden. So if you go back through the archives, everybody who has made the cover of Madden has had a pretty terrible season the following season. Everybody bail out on me? Nobody's talking to me. Oh, sorry. I thought everybody just stopped talking.
If you look at the
Steve's
screen,
taking a phone call.
Steven is on the phone talking to Barry. He's gotten his phone a friend from jail.
His one phone call.
Yeah.
He used it to call Steve. How funny would that be if that came true? Oh man, I don't know if I'm gonna make it through this, guys. This is not good.
Hey, did you guys know it's only 7:45 in Arizona?
Oh, because we're not on the same time anymore? That's going to make it terrible. Oh, that's going to make it terrible.
So he's on his way.
He lives in Arizona?
Yep.
Oh man.
While you're on the phone, Mike said he's not going to make it through here for the night.
Yeah, this is not.
Which part?
This is not good. My back. This is not good. I guess I could stand up. I could do the show from standing position. Well, you stand up and tell me how it feels.
I wish I had a standing desk because I like my standing desks that I've had in the past.
You're such a liar.
No, man, they're awesome. Standing desks are the best.
I need one of those pills.
This is me. I'm standing.
That is a great view of Devon. Devon's right pocket.
What?
Why are you still wearing your work clothes?
This is an old shirt because I was moving crap around today. It's an old work shirt.
I thought just randomly you were like, I'm old.
Yeah, I'm old. I wear work shirts now. That's all I wear.
I just get home and I don't change.
Be right back, guys. Keep it going.
No, this one looks like all
it.
torn up and stuff, so I just wear it when I'm moving crap around, and I don't care if it gets ripped or whatever.
Most of mine are all torn up and ripped. It's like it's too expensive to replace them. It's like I'll wear this till the sleeves are falling off.
Yeah, well, when it's $75 to $100 a shirt,
yeah,
it's totally not fireproof anymore. But
it's fireproof after the first wash, but after that, yep, definitely still worth $100. Don't ever wash them, guys. Don't wash your shirts ever,
or your pants.
Okay. Yeah, good advice.
And they're like, "How come I saw you wear that shirt yesterday?" Because I wore that shirt yesterday.
It's like, guys, I wear this shirt like 4 days in a row. Like, what are you talking about?
It's an overshirt. I changed the clothes underneath the shirt.
Like, I don't even know what you guys are talking about. We're like working outside, and these are expensive clothes. I'm not rolling around in the dirt in my shirt. But anyway, yeah, that's funny. I didn't even remember that there's a time change.
Yeah.
For the people in Arizona. Maybe that should be part of like legislation that comes down from the coronavirus thing, is that, hey, we're going to do away with daylight savings time. Because then it'll get people inside earlier, and then we'd all be on the same
it doesn't even need to be on the same time zone. Just don't change it. Leave it so we know what it is all the time.
Changing it is a pain. It's true.
I thought he lived like somewhere south in New Mexico, but not in Arizona.
No, he's in Holbrook. He's on the I-40s. Yep. Said the blind man. Oh, Mike's microphone sounds really good. So are you are you picking up Doom Eternal?
No, I'm not. I'm not at the moment.
Are you planning on it? Is that something that you're going to do?
Yeah, one day when it's free. No,
yeah, that makes sense.
I don't even, I don't have time for it. I'm playing Ori and I'm playing Warzone, and I try and fit other things in every now and then. We play Divinity in the mornings. That's about it. Even when I'm at home now, it's like I'm working from home, trying to help my 3 kids do schoolwork from home, clean the house.
Yeah, because Monica's working during the day, right?
Sometimes during the day. Like today, she worked at from 3 to close, but other days it was during the day, and so it's like, all right. So then when she's here, it's still like, well, I need to go do work. I have a whole bunch of stuff to do, but now I'm just doing it in the garage. But then, like last week, we didn't have him doing any homework because it was spring break. But I'm like, all right, I'm going to the garage. Don't bother me. I'm going to do work. And they come out. Hey, can I get a drink? Hey, can I do this? Like, what? Your mom is here. Oh, she's still asleep. What?
Still asleep.
I let her sleep in. Like, she's like, don't I deserve to sleep in? I'm like, yeah, you do, but it's 10 o'clock in the morning.
No one is saying you don't. Yeah, no one is saying you don't. That's funny. Yeah, it's tough. Like, especially like trying to figure out, because your kids are like always so much smarter than you when you're like trying to help them. It's like, no, that's not what we do, Dad. It's not what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to do this. And you're like, I'm pretty sure your teacher would never say that you're only supposed to do like one question on this sheet of 20 questions. No, totally. Only supposed to do this.
Only the one. My middle son, he's like, oh. So he has like the most homework out of everybody. Sydney might have
What
more.
grade?
He's in 2nd grade. Sydney's in 4th grade, but everything for her is all on the computer. So he's like, all her homework is fine. It's all on the computer. It's crap. He's got math homework, he's got reading homework, he's got writing, and he's got 3 different workbooks. He's, all these things he's got to go through. And like my daughter today, she was working on programming and different things. She programmed a dance party video for one of her assignments.
That's cool.
But he's just upset because he does have the most work to do. He's got a worksheet, and he's got a workbook, then he's got a journal that he has to write stuff in from the books that he reads, and he has to answer questions, and then then he's got 12 pages a day of the math workbook to go through.
Yeah, he doesn't have anything that's computer based.
There is some of the stuff that's on the computer, but most of it's all workbooks.
My kids haven't brought home any like programming stuff.
No.
No.
She's in 4th grade, and they're learning programming.
And it depends a whole lot on what the teacher decides, what the teacher sends home, and what they're set up for. So, because each school utilizes the technology just a little bit differently, depending on teachers' strengths and the technology specialist strengths. So,
I was a little upset when they sent the computers home without asking for our approval. They're like, "Well, you're responsible for them." I was like, "Whoa! I didn't say that was okay." Because my youngest son likes to just destroy everything. I'm like, I have a Macintosh.
That's a huge valid point, man.
Like, I have a Macintosh at home. They can, get access to all that stuff. But now I have to watch for their laptops all the time. Where's your laptop? Where's it at? Took pictures of everything.
I'm just washing it, Dad. It got dirty. It's in the bathtub.
Took pictures of all of it to make sure. Okay, this is the state it was when we got it.
Wow. That's a little bit overkill. That's a little conspiracy theorist. That's weird,
when you
man.
deal with the government,
Hey, whatever you just did, like a giant finger just kind of showed up on your screen. There it is. That's so funny. That's so weird.
Watch Devon roll his dice. He's got like floating dice.
Keep it in your frame, man. Like, it's cool if you roll it. Just keep it on your frame. It was kind of impressive on how quickly all of those laptops and packets and things got made and sent out.
Yeah, it was like a day, It's like, oh, here you go. It was confusing, though, because they're like, oh, the first thing they sent out was, okay, nobody in elementary school is getting laptops. Excuse me. And then, like, middle of the day, they're like, oh, okay, now they are, because we didn't send Asher or Easton, the youngest ones, school. They didn't want to go that day, so I was like, all right, fine.
Oh, you were those parents?
Yeah, man.
So, oh, nice. So you had to go and pick them up today?
We went and got the workbook stuff, all the paperwork in the morning. The teachers were like, oh, we have all the stuff for them. And then later in the afternoon, they're like, oh, they need to get their laptops. It's like, what the crap? So we went. There was hardly a line at our elementary school to pick up stuff this morning. It wasn't actually a line at all, but at my sister's school, there was a huge line because they're only letting people in one at a time.
What?
Yeah, our school, they were
those are
letting
the
people
directives
in.
from the state.
Well, our school was 6 to 10 people at a time.
Whoa, sorry about that.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think, hopefully people will learn from this, when I talk to a lot of people, it's kind of like they kind of freak out when there's nothing on the shelves or different things. which is okay. I mean, yeah, the first time that happened that we saw it, we kind of freaked out. But living through typhoons and stuff on an island when everything disappears, hopefully you learn after the first time. Where should this ever happen again, you'll have stuff stocked and be prepared.
Not many people have the experience that you have of living on an island during typhoons. So it's definitely challenging because you see stuff flying off the shelves and you're like, maybe I really do need to get some of this stuff before it goes. And then you just add to the problem, because you're like, oh, I don't know when it's going to be back again. So
yeah, no, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Hopefully this helps a lot of people when they kind of figure it out. Like, okay, yeah, I should probably have some stuff on hand. I can't just be like, hey, it's going to be there at the store every day. And
I can't rely on the store it being there, or I can buy all the toilet paper and sell it for $14 a roll.
Yeah, which, I mean, yeah, it's crazy. People are doing that, but I mean, that'll catch up eventually. All the paper mills and stuff in the United States are operating at 100%. They're just jamming it out, and
yeah,
pretty soon they'll be like overstocked with that stuff. But
and it's the fear mongering and the
media,
the media, and but not even the media does play a huge part in it, but also people in the stores, they see stuff flying off the shelves, so they text their neighbors and they tweet their friends and they do, and so there's a rush on it when there doesn't necessarily need to be. And things are just flying off the shelves, and everything is flying off the shelves, food and other things that people find essential. So
I mean, people don't need like 47 packages of toilet paper every day that they go in. Is that what you're telling me?
If they do, they need to visit the doctor more than they need to visit the store. If you're going through a package of toilet paper a day, then your plumbing is just getting backed up, and
so. It just seems like I've noticed it's either abject panic or like complete apathy. There's no just let's just calmly take care of this.
Right. Either people like, oh, if I get it, I'm gonna get it, and I'm gonna infect everybody as I get it, or there's the ones
cough on all you as I walk by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all going down.
Or we continue with spring break. The way people go and the way that people think that they need to get their message across, like theirs is the idea that everyone needs to follow, and how come we're not listening to them, and how dare we not listen to them, because all these people are being ridiculous, and I think to myself, you could just stop talking and nobody would care. So which is
I think to myself.
All right, so
you're like referring to something.
Guys. I am referring to something. I'll tell you later. I have a question. I'm a huge chocolate fan, and one of my favorite candies are M&Ms.
Chocolate. Yep.
And my favorite M&Ms are the Easter M&Ms. I don't know why. I actually think I know why. It's because of the pastels.
Like the pastel colored M&Ms?
I do. So those are my favorite M&Ms. So what are your all's favorite M&Ms?
So the M&Ms that are candy corn flavored during Halloween, those are
Steven, sign
really
off
good.
now. Take off your headset.
Go away.
And we're done. You've been replaced.
Here, I will talk to you guys later.
Are you just trolling us at this point? Like, what is happening right now?
So they're not candy corn. What are they? They are the Halloween style. They're a little bit thicker. I don't know if it's like white chocolate, but they're super good. You guys should try them. But if you're gonna hate me for what I chose, then we should just start the show here. So, welcome everybody. And
we're not ready yet. They didn't answer my question. Slow your roll.
Okay.
Roll 20.
I prefer the pretzel M&Ms.
It's getting worse. It's just getting worse.
You guys are missing the point of my question.
Hey, Devon, did you know we've got some M&M purists over here? Were you aware that we got some elite M&M users?
Well, they can take those pure M&Ms and shove them.
M&M Master Race.
We've got some M&M gatekeepers up in here.
I will say this though, my favorite M&Ms are Reese's Pieces. So.
Oh, I can't believe you! How dare you like something, you idiot!
Have your own preference.
Punch yourself in the brain.
It's the simplest get to know you that has ever been invented, and you guys turned it in.
Different show.
To the essay on candy corn M&Ms and Reese's Pieces, to which one person, 25% of our staff, is allergic to.
A live play
You
Dungeons
bastard.
and Dragons
Who's
5th
allergic?
edition campaign.
Who's
Shut
allergic
Up
to
and
Reese's
Read
Pieces?
Find us.
Mike's allergic to peanut butter.
Shut up and
What?
Allergic to every version of peanut butter that exists.
Links provided on the website.
You know those crackers you take
Consider supporting us at
on campouts? Kill them instantly.
ARFI. Now it's time to
Good
shut up and
background.
roll for initiative.
I like that picture, Devon.
I like your guys' fancy backgrounds. I like your dice, hidden dice background.
Great. Now let's regroup, out of harm's way, and form a plan.
It's pretty dope. We're just trying to help
thing.
this.
Kills me every time.
I live for the Batman thing, and then it just kind of drags after that.
But we will die.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I boring you?
It's like I'm trying to eat candy
Hey,
corn
Barry, what time
M&Ms.
what time is it over there, man?
It is 8:06 over here in America.
An hour of wolves and shattered shields when the age of men comes crashing down. But it is
It's okay, Barry. We got like an hour and a half worth of Patreon content waiting for you, so it's all good.
Am I telling
Nice.
you what you're doing on that ship?
Sir, finishing this fight.
Spears shall be shaken, shields shall be splintered. A sword day, a red day when the world declared in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive.
But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Welcome everybody back to the Shut Up and Roll for Initiative live play Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition podcast. I am Steve, along with other players Devon and Mike, and our DM Barry. Guys, it's glad to be back with you guys again today. We are practicing some social distancing by playing D&D through Roll20, which is what we have always been doing. So we were practicing safe practices before it was cool to practice safe practices. We hope everyone is safe. We hope everyone has what they need. We hope everyone is not spreading the coronavirus by going out to bars and partying during spring break. Please be responsible, be respectful of other human beings. And even though if you think or you don't care if you get it, you could carry it to other people that do care and people that it will affect big time. So stay safe out there, everybody. All right. So last time, since we're running a little bit behind because that's how daylight savings works in Arizona, they just don't give an F about anyone else. They'll just stay at the same time. So last time we met, our trio went from Phandalin. They were going to go retrieve a dragon slaying sword, and they had just battled through a bunch of orcs that were hidden in the night, and they made it to the burrow, and they just uncovered the secret entrance into this cave, and I think that's where we'll kick off.
It
So
smells
Barry,
something
take it away.
terrible, as far as I remember.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when you push over the central spire on top of the burrow, like this rancid yet dry air comes gushing out. The murky view below is a little ominous. You can't really tell exactly where the spiral steps go down, but you can definitely tell that they are leading downward. And there's just a sense of decay and death coming from this cobwebby smelling air.
So as I pull out the spike, what I would like to do, because I suspect it's going to be dark down there, I'm going to hang 2 lanterns from my tusks so I can actually see.
Nice.
And then I'm going to cast Divine Sense. So as an action, you can detect good and evil until the end of your next turn. You can sense anything affected by a hollow spell or know the location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover. So I'm going to sense evil or good, either one.
Okay, you sense a crap ton of evil. The feeling, it just sends chills down up your tusks, down your spine, through your knuckles, and there's just the overwhelming sense that what you are about to walk into is definitely of the unholy, unnatural type.
Finn, Barrick, there I have been warned that there's evil below. We must prepare.
Do we have to go down here?
This is where the sword lies, and this is what Lady.
Do we know that?
This is everything that we've been told, that the sword has been buried here. This is where it lays, and I mean, we expected some sort of resistance. We didn't expect to walk in and just pick up an old sword, did we?
Yeah, Lady Greywind had explained that it was an heirloom of the family that was stolen from them, taken by nefarious means, and the retrieval of which would be extremely rewarding. So they'd be eternally grateful.
I read this story once about a guy who needed a sword, and he found a pool of water, and he called some lady, and the lady got him the sword. Like, can we try that?
We can try. I don't see a pool. Do I see a pool of water anywhere around?
I haven't.
You see no pools of water.
I mean, we could make one, right? Like we could make a pool.
We've been out in this forest for a while.
All right. So
Water
Shield
seems
starts
empty.
walking down the stairs with his
You're just gonna leave like that without having a conversation.
Yep.
This is
That's
why people don't like you.
How it's going.
There's probably more than just that reason.
All right, let's steel ourselves for danger.
What's the order we're going in here?
I'll go first because I'm the tank.
Are you?
And the headlights apparently. So
I am the headlights. I'll flash the blinkers if I'm going to turn.
oh, so many people haven't changed out their blinker fluid. It makes me so frustrated.
I guess
understand.
I'll go last.
That sounds about right. The guy with arrows and military experience. I'll be the last one in, guys.
Gotta cover the 6, right? Make sure nobody comes to get us.
I'm on your 6. I think it's funny that you guys argue over who is supposed to be in the back when you're both use bows and arrows and crossbows.
Descending the stairs, they're stone carved. They're very smooth and obviously not done in any kind of rush. They were very expertly crafted. The stone is black, almost unnaturally black. And as you're going down, you're noticing you're not leaving any footprints in any kind of dust whatsoever.
That's weird. Does it still smell terrible?
It still smells very, very it's a musty and putrid kind of a smell.
Barrick is gonna
Okay.
roll perception for anything that he may perceive. 5 plus 8.
Yeah, it's pretty dark down here as you're coming down. You're basically right behind each other in single file until you get to that tunnel exit. Just coming down the stairs though, you don't really notice anything because there's no light to spill in from other than the lanterns on Shield's tusks.
All right, I continue walking down the stairs quietly.
My dark vision gives me 60 feet. Does that give me any advantage anywhere?
Yeah, when you step into a corridor, you're going to be able to see pretty far down the corridor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Word.
All right, so I continue down the corridor. Do I have control of Shield? Can I move him?
Somebody does.
Well, I am, but as I move him down, I am not seeing more.
Okay.
I turn on the high beams on my lanterns. See if that helps.
Your blinker fluid's out.
You're noticing several passageways as you are coming down. Oops. Don't do that.
All right. So I see there we can go left, we can go straight, we can go right. We know that there's definitely something within 60 feet of us that is evil. So it should be close. Does the Divine Sense doesn't really tell me a direction, does it?
It does not. You just know that within that specific range, there is definitely something close to you. You don't know exactly. It's not like a compass.
It actually says you. Let's see. It says You can sense anything affected by hollow spell or know the location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet.
Oh no, the
I guess
location. Okay. So knowing the location, you have this very eerie feeling that walking north, east, or west, and even south, and south feels not nearly as terrifying of a feeling, but still, it's not anything natural.
Any direction we go, we're going to run into something evil. We can either go south, which feels less evil, or we can just clear these ruins out room by room. And I know Ben, you'd probably appreciate that, the chance at more loot if we
Always
went systematically.
I am
Right,
always.
so
I mean, we need to clear it out anyways to make sure nobody comes after us. So
True. So I'm going to continue eastward quietly. I'm going to continue quietly eastward down this path.
Okay.
As quiet as I can.
Gotcha. Heading down this path. So roll a stealth.
Oh,
You're
I've
trying to
got
be
great
quiet.
stealth.
Yeah.
That is an 11 plus 0, which is an 11.
Okay, so you guys are very painfully aware of the sounds that his armor is making as he's trying to sneak down this hallway. It really makes everything kind of echo, and just doesn't really feel like it's offering much of a you know, any kind of stealth that per se.
Okay.
Shield, stop for a second.
I will stop.
Barrick is going to squeeze past and just say, "Let me take point just for a second." Just for a
Okay.
second. Barrick's gonna roll another perception.
Okay.
19 plus 8.
Okay, so
That's a lot.
you're very you kind of almost have like a echolocation sense of the kind of shape and direction of things around you right now. You can definitely tell that the tunnel goes a fair distance in front of you. The kind of combined with Shield's just overall feeling of worry, you kind of get the glint. Not really. There's nothing in front of you. There's nothing like that you can hear or sense with your normal, five senses, but kind of that sixth sense, that tingling in the back of your neck is like you're really close to something that's not gonna be nice.
Barrick is gonna roll stealth.
Okay.
11 plus 6.
Okay. You if you're gonna press forward, you're gonna move almost like completely silently. No, even Shield is gonna kind of lose general sense of where you're at as quiet and quickly as you move forward.
So Barrick signaled to his compatriots to stand still, hang out for a second while he scurries forward.
Okay, back up one space. Everybody, let's do this. As Barrick is moving forward, very quietly and with no real any obstruction in your sight, nothing at all to give anything away. As you pass through this space, you just feel this sudden chill, just this absolute and just death grip on your heart. Everybody shut up and roll initiative.
Oh. We're getting in it.
18 plus 3.
I rolled an 8.
So
9 for me.
Let me select you guys here. Why can't my selector work? Come on. Okay, sorry. Shield. What did you get?
Oh, I have a +1 to my initiative. It's 9 now. No, I don't. It's 8. I lied.
So what is your initiative?
8. Ocho.
8.
Numero ocho.
Finn?
I got 9.
A 9. And Shield and Barrick?
21.
Oh, nice.
Doesn't
21.
mean anything.
Well, you're probably not gonna be surprised in this instance, which is good. Yeah, oh, except that was like really close.
Except what? Oh, my bad.
Go away.
Eric's back is hurting, so he's going to teleport out to a
Gotcha.
retirement home in Florida.
Safe
That's where all the
place.
raccoons go.
He's not a raccoon.
Hey, Mr. Raccoon, look out for that truck.
What truck, mother?
No, he's gonna retire to a farm with a nice family, and
But none of his former family can visit him.
This
Because those are the rules.
freezing cold chill like grip just grabs you by your spine, grabs you by your heart, constricts your your breathing almost, and you are suddenly inside this glowing aberration of light. Shield, you see this sudden flare in front of you. You don't see exactly what's happening, but this eerie blue light just kind of suddenly comes into view. And Barrick, you're now kind of engulfed in this wispy, feeling strange, ethereal light, and you feel like it just feels pure evil surrounding you. What do you do? It's your turn.
So Barrick is going to use a cunning action and disengage.
Okay.
Let's see. Let me see how I want to do this. I'm gonna make an attack first with the short sword that I have.
Okay.
So I'm going to So I'm going to roll 16 plus 6.
Okay. What are you swinging with?
A short sword.
So you kind of swing wildly, not really, there's really nothing corporeal in front of you. It's this very like misty sense. But as you're swinging this thing around, you finally feel a little bit of purchase is gained as you're swiping through it. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Oh, nice. That's a 6 plus 3, 9.
For a total of 9.
Yep.
There's like a hissing noise and a kind of an evil like gasp as the thing gives off a kind of an evil and like angry sound.
Okay. I'm also going to use a cunning act, or Barrick is also going to use a cunning action, and he's going to disengage.
That was a total of 9, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right. Come on. The thing, as you're backing away, you notice it kind of not really solidify, but kind of collect itself into a central point of light, and this eerie blue light is now starts making its way back towards you, having, since you essentially damaged it and made it, brought it to kind of to its senses, it moves forward and is going to, this tendril of blue just comes snaking towards you pretty rapidly, and it's going to throw a little bolt at you that looks like it's going to, does a 10 hit you? Probably not.
No, it does not, because it almost...
Yeah, and above your head, this chunk of rock just scatters away, as you can't really tell what it was it shot forward, but when it does smack against the wall, it shatters a good chunk out of the wall.
Don't let it hit you, Shield. Do something when our turn order is updated.
It's not my turn.
I know. That's why I said win.
Okay, Finn.
It's still
my turn.
Oh, what is it? Hold on.
Yeah, that turn order's...
That's messed up.
It is all messed up.
Yeah, because you rolled a 9, Devon? Because you have a +4 to initiative?
Yeah, I should be the last.
No, I rolled an 8.
I thought you got better than that.
No.
But Devon got a 5, right?
Yeah.
Devon got a 5 + 4, 9.
Okay, so it is now Shield's turn.
Nope, it's Devon's turn. Devon got a
Devon
9
got
with
5
his
plus
initiative bonus,
My bad.
and I rolled an 8
Gotcha.
because I roll really good all the time.
Get better dice.
Devon, it's your turn.
I don't use my dice.
Alrighty. Well, there's not much I can do. Because there's two people in front of me. I can't see what little raccoon friend is doing. He's around the
all
corner
you see
from
is
me.
that blue. All you see is that eerie blue light kind of coming from around the corners.
Um,
Can you go around? Because you can shoot over my head. I'm small.
so if I use dodge as an action, does that's there in case someone tries to attack me for the next turn, right?
That does. It gives you the ability to get out of the way the next time. So you
Okay.
essentially
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and use dodge as an action. And just kind of wait right here. Until I can get a better view of what's going.
okay. And okay, you're gonna stay put.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stay put right here. So
Gotcha. Sealed. You just notice this blue tendril fly towards Barrick. He ducks, and a big old chunk of rock goes flying out of the wall.
All right, so I'm going to step up here, and I am going to first slash at it with my spear.
All right.
Let's see. So that is a 7 plus 6. That's a 13.
Your spear just passes through mist and feels like it hits nothing.
Okay, and then I'm going to take a swing with my shield. And that is a 4 plus 6. That's a 10.
And the shield goes wide and smacks into the wall, resounding a pretty loud noise.
So that would be my turn. Those are my 2 attacks.
I asked Shield, "Is like, are the enemies in the walls? I can't see anything in front of you."
I can't see them. It's like a mist. It's disappearing. There's nothing.
Ah.
I don't see anything.
Interesting.
Barrick is going to cast Thunder Wave in the direction of the blue light.
Okay.
Just to try to give it a push. And Barrick rolled a... What is that? That is a 6. Let's see. Probably missed.
I think Thunderwave is a DC check.
Yeah, they have to roll against
Oh, it is. Yeah, it is. So you have to roll there, Dungeon Master.
So I'm doing it. Is it Dex?
Constitution.
Constitution.
Of what? What do they have to roll
13. 13.
13.
13 or better.
Okay. The mist kind of turns in on itself. It doesn't go pushed backwards at all, but it does seem like it gets real mixed up and spins around quite a bit. What's your damage roll?
2d8.
Okay.
Or is it halved? Did you pass or?
It's gonna be halved.
It is halved?
Yeah.
4.
Okay, it spins around, kind of swirls in and on itself. Doesn't get pushed back at all, but it definitely. I want everyone to roll a Constitution check.
Oh, what is my Constitution?
Does this happen to be a fear check, Barry?
Does not.
Oh shoot!
I got an 11.
You got a 14?
Barrick rolled a 5.
You all cannot now hear when your thunder wave.
What?
When you crack the thunder wave, the echo that carried through the corridors reverberated so loudly and moved so much and pushed so much air, and the sound was just deafening to you all, and you currently cannot hear each other.
Just loud ringing?
Loud ringing in your ears.
I say out loud to myself, "That freaking raccoon did his thunder clap again inside a small space."
Can I use sneak attack? Because shield is engaged with it.
So first you did your act. Is your Thunderwave a bonus action?
No, it's just a spell.
So so that spell is casting a spell is your action. You can move now.
You should have 2 actions. So.
Once per turn, I can deal extra damage to a creature that I hit with an attack or a finesse or a range weapon. Okay, there you go. So no spell.
Right.
All right. So I cast a spell, and I am going to. Our Barrack is going to again.
Disengage.
Disengage,
Okay.
gain some ground, and kind of move back.
Okay.
That is Barrack's turn, I believe.
All right. The thing whispering in front of you, it starts to move forward in what feels like definitely in pursuit. Coming into this center space between the two of you, noticing the paladin in front of it seems to, if a cloud could look
Malevolent.
if a cloud could look malevolent, it does as it turns towards Shield, and another tendril comes lancing out of it. Oh man. And that tendril is going to spin wide, and nothing is going to happen.
Awesome. I'm going to take the nothing that just happened, and I'm going to bring my shield down on top of this cloud of gas.
Wait.
I'm waiting.
Is it not Fenn's turn?
Fenn's turn. I was going to skip Fenn.
Your turn order isn't updated on the chart.
You don't show Fenn as current?
No, it just shows me and the wisp.
There's no Barrack.
I showed 2 people. I showed 2 people in the turn order.
Oh,
Barrack's not even on the thing.
Come
Sorry.
on.
Sorry. Can we just talk about the governor having a tech issue involved?
Oh, that was
today.
I actually watched that. That was really bad.
We're at least at 1440p, as far as I know. So
You see Barrack on there now,
Barrack is on there, yes, with a 0.
but you don't see Fenn, right?
Do not see Fenn. I do see Fenn now.
Okay, and Fenn had a 9.
Yep.
And Barrack had a 21.
Correct.
And then we're gonna do a little bit of this, and we're gonna do a little bit of that.
Hey yo.
There we go.
You guys got to tell me when these things ain't working.
I did.
It was mentioned before, but it's selective hearing. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna move directly behind Shield right here and see, if I can see what's going on in between him and this area. Can I see this magical mist?
Absolutely. When you come in, you see this point of light with this harsh blue glow, and as you're coming forward, you see the rocks behind, or the wall behind Shield, just kind of explode in a strange, unexplained manner.
Okay. So when I was coming down here, I had both, instead of having my longbow out, I have both of my short swords out.
Okay.
So is there enough space in between Shield and there for me to attack with my short swords?
You can get up in there.
Okay. So I'm gonna try and attack it with first short sword. Man, that is a critical failure. 1.
Oh no.
Okay. As your sword enters the mist, the tendril kind of wraps around it, arcing down the sword itself into your hand, and look at that. And it also critically fails, and you're both gonna take a D6 worth of damage.
Hey, you still did damage to it, Devon, so.
Yeah. Okay. How much?
A D6, 1d6.
Oh, you want me to
So
roll
you
the
roll it, or
D6?
do you want him to roll it?
You're gonna take 3, and then you roll for me.
Oh, okay. 2 for you.
Okay. All right. So that's your first attack.
Okay, so I'm gonna try different for my other short sword, and I got 19.
that is, you're gonna feel as you come slicing down or stabbing, however you are attacking, you do feel something solid that you begin to pass through.
Okay.
Give me that. Give me that. What's that damage?
1d6 plus 4. So 8 total.
Okay. The light gets even a deeper blue as you pierce kind of to what seems to be the center, towards like this white hot light in the center. The thing doesn't disappear at all, but it is definitely, again, the cloud looks mad.
It's a mad cloud.
Interesting.
Mad cloud.
So if
She'll,
using both of my short swords, is each one of those one action, or is it just one action when I attack with both? Because I have
One's one action, one is the other.
okay. So when I have two, but I have 2 weapon fighting.
Oh, you do. So that's like as a bonus action, right?
I'm just sad.
2 weapon fighting.
Yeah, I just
I'm
want to
looking
make
here.
sure I'm understanding.
I gotcha. So your 2 weapon fighting does give you. Where to go? You should be able to. Is it a bonus action thing?
Let me see. It says so 2 weapon fighting. That's actions in combat. Bonus actions. Yeah, 2 weapon fighting. When you take the attack action and attack with a light melee weapon that you're holding in one hand, you can use a bonus action to attack with a different light melee weapon that you're holding in the other hand. Don't add your ability modifier to the damage bonus attack unless the modifier. So it's a bonus action. So that because I still have one more action then.
You have one more action. That's what I'm reading it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I am, as for my other action, I'm just going to use dodge again. Do you want me to roll anything to see if that's effective, or do I need to wait to see if that's effective, or
To hit, you mean?
no, just like to dodge in case he tries to hit me with a tentacle in between shield in the wall.
I think that happens only if he tries to hit you.
That's
because then you
correct.
get
Yeah.
advantage.
Right.
Oh, okay, I got you. Okay, cool. And that's my turn.
Yeah. So I'm looking at your character sheet. I'm trying to find your 2 weapon fighting. Where are you seeing that under?
It is just under bonus actions. It says actions in combat 2 weapon fighting.
Okay. So are you going to take your?
Fighting also.
It's 2 weapon fighting plus his what do you call it?
Horde breaker.
His extra attack. You have an extra attack
Yeah,
that
if
you gained at level 5.
yeah, when you make a weapon attack, you can make another attack with the same weapon against a different creature that is within 5 feet of the original target.
I gotcha. Okay, so we're good.
Yeah.
All right, shield.
All right, I am going to bring my shield down on top of this, whatever it is, this cloud of gas, and that is a 19 plus 6. So I'm going to assume that's going to hit.
Yeah, as you're coming down to the ground, you feel resistance that you didn't feel before, and it's kind of a satisfying sensation as you are deforming whatever it is that's under your shield.
And that is 1d8 plus 5. Then I rolled a 5, so that's 10 damage.
Nice.
And then I'm going to swing again with my spear. I'm going to jab at this thing. And that is, that's a 5 plus 6. That's an 11.
Yeah, the spear just jabs the ground, like spears right through the air and into the ground.
And I'm going to, I will stand my ground here. I will not move.
Okay. Beric.
Beric is muted. It's because we can't hear anything right now because of our ears ringing.
My apologies. Beric is going to oh, I don't have a crossbow.
You should still have your crossbow.
It's broken, remember?
You can. It's only one of them was jammed.
Only one gem. So I do have one shot. So I'm going to fire. So Beric is going to fire one shot into what seems to be the mass of wind people have been hitting. That's at least what he's aiming for when he shoots.
Dinner math.
So he's going to shoot. And he rolled a 13 plus 7, so not nat 20.
Okay. As the
That
bolt
was a funny sound.
as the bolt enters the cloud, it makes that same hissing noise, and the bolt definitely slows down as it passes through. So it doesn't pass through unimpeded. It definitely slows itself down. Give me the damage roll.
That'll be nice roll. It'll be 6 plus 4 is 10.
You should probably have sneak attack also, because I'm engaged with it.
And it won't even matter because as the bolt enters the central point of light, it just starts to fizzle and crackle and just and it is gone.
I kill everything in this game.
Did the gaseous cloud drop any loot?
That's
Asking for a friend.
Hey, that's my line.
You notice no loot.
Can we hear at this point?
You currently cannot hear.
We still can't hear?
You still can't hear.
Okay. Barrick knows sign language, and I know that Shield does also.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's going to
Sign it to me.
Wait,
sign it.
Wait, let me pull the
Use
camera. How about this? I'm on the camera view. Let's see what signs you make without speaking to get your point across.
Okay.
And then
I'm
you
gonna
can tell
roll
it.
for perception.
So Barrick is just going to motion and gesture. Do we move on? We just fought a cloud. This is weird.
You're motioning
How do
and
you-
gesturing all
How
of that?
do you convey that concept that we fought a
Exactly.
cloud?
He's really good at it. So he's gonna press on the direction that we were headed. Ever
gonna look-
slowly.
I'm gonna look back and Finn, and I'm gonna do the point to the eyes, and then the double motion that we're moving on.
Nice. I give him the go ahead with the fist to the hand.
Like the fist grinder.
Yeah.
Correct.
I mouth when I catch that raccoon.
So just
And
sneak ahead.
I pull out a potion vial and hand it to Finn because that's what I think he's asking. What he just said, he wanted a potion.
Does Barrick's earlier
Wow.
perception check still hold, or should Barrick roll again?
No, you're in a completely different quarter now, so you're gonna want to roll again.
Okay. Haha, 19
All right.
plus 8. 27.
Gotcha.
I know everything. I know who built these walls.
Yeah. Like, oh. Coming around the corner, and you don't really see anything straight down the corridor. You do notice that off to your right are two different passages that you could enter. You don't really feel like there's anything right out in front of you currently, or that you are. What general are you trying to perceive the whole area in front of you now?
Yes.
Okay. So, coming around this corner, if you want to, let's see here. You're safe right here. So,
Okay.
looking down this corridor, and then comparing it to this corridor, well, in front of
The
you,
air doesn't smell so foul.
the view looks distorted. It's you can still see that there's more passageway in front of you beyond kind of the distorted field of view. But when you stand in front of this corridor, you don't have any kind of sense of distortion at all. Let me
Barrick
do
is
this real
going to
quick.
motion to his compatriots. Don't go down this one. Let's go to this one.
All right, Shield starts walking down the one he said don't go down to because he didn't understand.
What?
Okay.
How hard would that be to get though? Like,
I didn't even see anything because I was around the corner and Shield was in the way.
are you not an elf that can see stuff? Just saying.
All right,
I mean,
so
not
I
around that
follow
small
behind Barrick.
quarter around. But I guess I'll just keep following everybody else.
As
Ooh, what
Barrett
do we
gets
see?
to this
My
opening,
300 years
notice
of experience let me know that I should just follow the group.
Good call. Seen
Okay.
enough horror movies.
When you open it into a pretty large room, the worked stone is again very well worked. In the southern alcoves, there are 2 sarcophagi that are extremely ornate in the sense of the stonework. It's almost as if it was carved out of butter. The arcs and the patterns and the repeating. It seems impossible that anyone could have carved this out of stone, but it isn't. They are in fact stone sarcophagi.
Hey, Beric, what do
Of
your
the scenic
raccoon
plan, I
eyes
have no
see?
gift for strategy.
Okay, you're all currently deaf still.
I yelled out, what do your raccoon eyes see?
I know that there's something down here. I'm assuming it's another ball of light thing that we would have to fight. We'd have to use most of our might. And I
Shield,
think
or
it's
your
get a
spell.
light.
What is the duration of your detect?
It said it
Undead.
only gives me until my next turn.
Oh, okay.
so that was
Yeah.
over a while ago.
So that was a while ago. But I would still have a general idea of where other things felt. So I want to inspect this room.
You want to inspect
like-
it? You want? Okay.
I want to search for traps
Zorgon,
or
search for treasure.
or I want to see what is going on, if there's nooks and crannies, if there's
Okay,
a tiny
roll.
little passage that branches off to the left.
Roll investigation. You definitely see there's a very tiny passage off to the left, but the room itself, you know, you're just searching this room itself, right?
Yep, that's an 11.
All right. The room, as you're checking the walls, as you're looking around the sarcophagi, getting a sense of the craftsmanship of the stone, trying to tentatively press to make sure there's nothing nefarious hidden within the nooks and crannies of the stones themselves. It all seems very very innocuous, and like there's no nothing hidden that you could press or touch or release, or no false floors or anything like that.
Is there anything
No.
written on the sarcophagi?
Nothing no, not at all. There's nothing in any language.
So
What
I
about gestures? Gestures are really useful. No gestures, handwritten gestures on the sarcophagi.
No gestures, nothing. It's just very ornate, repeating patterns, skulls here and there, a few tiny shapes of dragons, those kind of things, but nothing nothing too distinctive other than that.
I put up my hand, I do the circle motion for head out, and then I point towards the corridor we just came down. And see if my companions or if they want to hang out and open a sarcophagus.
I point to the sarcophagus. I mouth the words
Then
loot.
Barrick
I want
says no, hand over his neck, cutting motion, stop, in the name of everything that's holy, go back.
So I go to the sarcophagus and I look at Finn and Barrick and I motion to do paper, rock, scissors for what I do.
Okay.
Huh?
So you guys have to decide, because you want to leave. Finn wants to open the sarcophagus, so I'll let you guys decide if I open it or not.
So you're paper, rock, scissoring for it?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go, Barrick. I mean, you don't have
boy.
to.
Okay, ready? Paper, rock, scissors, shoot. I got. What'd you get?
Hands in the air so we can see him.
Yeah, hands in the air, Mike.
What'd he get?
I'm not
Scissors.
gonna
got
tell
Both
you.
got scissors.
He got
Both got
scissors.
scissors.
I got rocks. So
Nice.
You got both got scissors.
head it out.
Put it up in the
Here we
air by
go.
your face so
Round
we can
two.
see it.
Ready? Oh, wait, where's my thingy? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
You cut me.
That's right, I cut you. I was about to use Mage Hand on you too and just slap you in the face. All right, let's go this way.
I shake my head. So I walk up this way. I moved right here.
Of course he does.
Okay.
So we can get back to the
So we can
correct
move
party
past?
order.
So we can what?
So
So
you guys
you can move past him.
So we can trigger the trap. That's what he wanted to do.
You guys move past.
All right. We're just gonna move in a clockwise fashion. We're gonna go south next.
That's towards the
And-
head.
Well, but this was the direction that you perceived was the least.
All right.
What you
But
call
he
it?
didn't tell you that.
Yeah, I perceived.
I
it.
did say it was less evil.
Did you?
Barrick's gonna
Oh.
roll perception again. 11 plus 8.
Wait, 11 plus 8?
Yep.
That's a good roll.
That
All
is a
right.
good roll.
That's a good roll.
It's 19
happens
for those paying
Yeah.
attention at home.
For those who are on 2-week quarantine from school.
The probably about 10 feet in front of you, you notice the outline of a strange outline in the floor, and you can tell that that part of the floor does not look as solid as the rest of the floor.
Is there rubble? Is there any loose rock around me?
There is no loose rock or rubble. No, it's a very smooth and clean corridor. But as you 10 feet in front of you, as you were kind of inspecting the whole general area, you can tell that right in front of you, you see the faintest outline of a space in the floor that looks like if you were to get, on the right corner of it, or that it would probably either fall out from under you or spin out of the way or something, but you can tell there's definitely not just regular solid floor in front of you.
Barrick is going to back up and is going to cast Mage Hand as a cantrip, and is going to inspect that portion of the floor, touch it, feel it.
So what are you gonna instruct your hand to do?
Touch it, feel it, twist it, turn it, bop it, all that stuff.
Okay.
Bop
Well,
it.
yeah. As the mage hand touches the floor and just kind of glides across its surface, nothing really happens. It just kind of is a regular smooth floor. If you push down, you notice that the floor pivots like this, as if on a central pivot there is it pivots centrally and will flip up. And so if you were to stand on either side of that, you would fall down into what looks like a deep dark pit.
Deep dark pit. Barrick is going to come up to it and rotate that disc and call out. No, is he going to call out? Yeah, you're going to call out and say hello. He can't hear. It doesn't matter. He can't hear if anybody calls back anyway. So never mind.
Right. So you turn like you pivot the floor then.
So Barrick will pivot the floor and peer and peek and stealthily do.
Okay, you roll stealth.
Okay. 13 plus 6.
Yeah, you very quietly pivot the floor. Looking down, the pit below you is 15 to 20 feet deep. It looks like there's the glint of pointy blades at the bottom of said pit. There's a few decayed and broken skeletal bodies down there, but that's all you see.
Barrick is going to close it back up and again do an amazing gesture to his compatriots that looks like this.
So Shield sees that, and Shield says, "Wait, you with a rope lower you down, find loot on the spikes." And he does a thumbs up. Don't know what that one is. Don't know what that finger motion is. So stop.
Drop.
Twist it.
And roll.
So Shield says, "You, universal sign for mage hand, look down and find loot on the spikes."
All right, both of you roll an intelligence check. Both of you roll an intelligence check.
Is this just in general for us, or
Yeah.
are our characters rolling it?
Yeah. All four of you roll an intelligence check.
14.
Oh shoot.
What'd you get?
So let's see. 4 plus 2.
Yeah. So
Devon, did you roll intelligence?
No, just a 30.
I can't see
So-
anything in front of you.
Shield, you get the general gist of what he's talking about. Barrick, you have no idea if he understood what you're saying. You're just kind of hoping he gets it. You get the general sense that he's saying that there's a trap ahead, but there is a corridor beyond.
I look back at Finn and I tap Finn on the shoulder with my trunk. And I motion to Finn with my big stubby fingers, "Loot in the trap. Look for it down there." Thumbs up. And then I walk over to the trap because I saw Barrick spin it. And I'm going to slowly spin the trap to where the floor is straight up and down.
Okay.
And I pull out a rope and I say, "Barrick, get on the rope, lower you down." Thumbs up. And I
Barrick's
start tying a knot.
Barrick's not having any of it. He does not want to go down into the hole. He does not feel that there is loot down there, just death.
So Finn, where are you? Are you over there? Are you staying by?
So after Shield walk off, I'm like, what? Yeah, why are you showing me your fingers? I don't understand what he's talking about. So I keep walking up here, wondering what the heck is going on, and I see Shield trying to get Barrick to go down the hole, and
you see him tying a noose and walking towards Barrick.
like, I guess he's had enough of him, huh? Okay, I guess. And I put up my hands and wow. What are you doing? I say slowly.
So I use my hand, Finn. So I say, "You, an elf," and I point to my ears and make them pointy. 300 years old.
Oh my gosh.
Spike trap with loot at the bottom because people fell and died.
You
So,
both
is
roll
there
an intelligence. Both roll an intelligence check with disadvantage. Just kidding. Just a regular.
Natural 20.
19 plus.
Nice.
That looks like a 1 on my
nothing.
screen.
You are able to perfectly convey your intentions to
This
Finn.
Yeah, sure.
It is. Just because this is at an angle. I say, okay, I'll go.
Yeah, so he's
Right.
motioning there may be loot at the bottom of the pit trap.
I get that
And
rope.
I hold the rope.
I untie his knot and retie a better knot around my waist.
Wait, what are you? You can't. You tied the knot around your waist.
Yeah.
Will
Okay.
he fit down the? Will he fit down the hole?
Oh yeah, the hole is at least 10 feet wide.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I had
10 by
something-
10.
I had something smaller pictured in my head.
And I'm going to be the anchor for
All right,
lowering
so
him
Shield,
down.
give me a strength check.
I will, and I want to. Do I have? I think I have like strength. I have a strength thing, and it's nope. I'll just do this. If you fall, I'm sorry. Oh, that is a 2, but I am
You're
feeling lucky.
You're feeling
So
I
I am
have
going to
not
roll
dropped
that again,
down yet.
and that is a 6 plus 3, so that's 9. That's better than 2.
but not by much.
I mean,
Not by much, but it
I
is
only
better.
weigh. I don't have a specified weight, so
But what was your total strength?
My total strength
9.
is 17.
No, but
Or
you got
I
a
rolled
9
a
on that
9.
D.
Yeah, I rolled a
All
9.
right. All right, Finn. You feel it feels very normal as you're going down the kind of rappelling sort of down this 15-foot to 20-foot drop. But suddenly, for some reason, the slippery walls or the surface of the floor, just Shield can't really seem to find a good angle and leverage to hold your weight, and you slip and start a falling.
Did it slip off the rope or?
Well, you just you slide forward.
Okay, I got
Yeah,
you.
so
So
you-
the rope
yeah.
didn't come undone.
The rope didn't come undone. You just slide forward. And then I don't know if you're just nervous or whatever, but the rope is sliding through your fingers, and you are going to take a tumble, Finn, down the pit. So first of all, you're going to take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ouch. That's unfortunate.
And as you're falling, you see the blades head towards you. Oh, and 4 of them are going to impale you.
4 of them?
4 of the blades are going to poke into your soft, fleshy body. The first one doing 2 points of damage. The second one doing 4 points of damage. The third one doing 5 points of damage. And the fourth one doing another 5 points of damage.
So that's what 19 total.
Yeah. So you are now kind of hanging like a pierced doll, pincushion doll, voodoo doll, at the bottom of this pit with some blades poking up out you.
Do I see
And
this?
you do see this.
I'm gonna slowly pull him off of the blades.
Okay.
I'm just gonna lift him up, and then I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds really fast on him.
All right.
I'm just giving him this look. Like, son of a...
As you drag his bloody body up out of the pit.
No, I don't drag him up out of the pit. I just off of the blades.
Oh, just off of the blades. Okay.
Yeah,
He
and
still wants that loot.
Yeah, I give him 1d8 plus 3. That's only 5 hit points. But you get 5 hit points back, Finn.
Uh-huh.
And then I motion down at him, and I give him a thumbs up, like, you're good.
And I shake my head and say thumbs down, and I give him a middle finger.
So when he says thumbs down, I start lowering him down slowly.
Okay. All right.
I give him a
You're
double middle
close enough.
finger.
Yeah, you're close enough now to the ground. You can kind of angle your way between the blades. The blades have been cemented into the base of this floor. The masonry work and the craftsmanship of the stoneworkers have these things pointed at all, really nasty angles. There are skulls and bones and old pieces of leather, very decayed cloth and clothing. You can see the heels of some shoes, and you do see one little, what looks like a coin purse off in the corner.
That's it, huh?
That's what you see.
All right. Well, I
Sure hope it was worth it.
walk over and pick up the coin purse. And inside, I see.
So you don't hear anything jangle, like you don't hear any coins, but it feels very solid and heavy. And when you open it, there is this fire opal that what little light is in coming off of Shield's tusks just radiates through the facets of this opal, and it's this mesmerizing and fascinating stone that there's just no telling how much it's worth.
Worth it.
Yeah.
And did I show? I don't show this to the other two, because I didn't hold it up for them to see, right?
I don't know. Did you?
I did not. So I kind of looked at it a little bit, turned my head, and I looked back to Shield. God, man. Put it back in the bag, and then I put it in my own bag.
I'm waiting for a sign to start pulling him up.
I want to look around, investigate, to see if there's anything else.
Nothing really else seems of interest. There's rusty, broken like swords, but nothing that's. I mean, it's been down here for a really long time.
No bodies or anything?
Just bones, bones and some cracked skulls. Some skulls hanging off a couple blades, but that's about the extent.
Are any of them attached to ropes? Like maybe someone lowered them down and slipped?
Nobody's attached to any rope at all.
All right, so I just pull on the. Well, I walk back so I'm directly underneath the hole because I don't want him to just yank me across the blades.
Well, simmer down.
And
I mean, no yanking going on here.
I pull on the rope for him to start pulling me up.
All right, I start pulling up on the rope.
Doesn't when someone pull on a rope, it means throw it back down to them because they need more slack?
No.
All right, give me another strength check, Shield.
Oh, I'm good at strength checks. That is an 18 plus 3. That is a 21.
You practically fly out of the pit this time. With no pain whatsoever, Shield. You just, for some reason this time, you're like, I got this. And just lift him right up out of there.
So when Finn is coming up, I'm going to use one of my laying on hands actions, and I'm going to give him 13 hit points back because I think that's what he is lacking.
Okay.
And I'm going to do that really fast while he is coming up, and he's just going to feel great coming out of the hole. And I give him 2 thumbs up. So
I just look at him still and shake my head, untie the knot, and walk away from him.
So I'm gonna move the floor back to where it's flat, and I am going to hold the floor flat, and I'm gonna say 2 eyes, double finger down the hallway, circle it up. So I'm gonna hold the rotating plate while they walk across it.
Barrick is while they were doing that, and this is a little bit of what happened while you guys were doing your thing, Barrick ran back to where the cloud of whatever had hit the rocks and knocked some rock down, picked up a chunk and brought it back over to jam it in so the floor would not turn.
All right. You do. Yeah. So you are able to I'm assuming in your kit you've got a little hammer or some kind of you can kind of jam that in there with.
I do. I've got what kind of tools are they called?
Yeah, there's thieves tools or.
Yeah, I've got thieves tools. There you go.
So yeah, you're able to kind of smack that rock, angle it in just right. It feels like the floor is not going to come loose as you lodge that in there.
Cool. So Shield feels stupid because he was holding this floor down, crouched down, and he dusts off his knees and pants, and he's looks at the rock and is like, nope, it wasn't cool, and he just stands back up.
All right.
And he walks across the floor.
Okay, walk across the floor.
Yoink.
All right. The
Barrick follows.
Coming into this room, it's a strangely shaped room. Looks like there's another little really skinny passage off to the north over in the corner. Coming into the room, you notice on the floor is a pile of bones that are definitely the bones of a horse. They're equine in shape and in size, and it looks like a fallen war horse at one point somehow ended up down here, and these are but the bones of it.
That's weird. I'm going to investigate this room for hidden things or any sign of where a hidden sword would be. That is a 19 plus investigation. That is a 20.
So moving yourself through the room, as you come closer to the horse corpse, because as you're investigating the room, when you step right in front of it, the bones begin to knit themselves together and stand themselves up, and within a matter of seconds, standing in front of you, acting just like a regular steed, and kind of looking like what it would do if it was braying and pawing the floor, is now a skeletal horse.
Is it making motions to attack? Is it?
It makes no motions to attack. It stands there as if it was a regular horse awaiting instruction or to be called upon.
I look back at Finn and Barrick, and I just shrug my shoulders and put my hands up.
Barrick acknowledges Shield with a similar motion to like, I don't know, man. I got nothing.
I just ignored him because I am upset with him.
You should feel fine. You're all healed up, and I
Barrick,
I pat the head of the skeletal horse.
Skeletal horse? The skeletal horse?
Skeletal?
Uh-huh.
Hey, you skeletal horse. You tap
Barrick?
the head?
Yep, I pat its head.
So it shakes its head like a normal horse would. Kind of nuzzles your hand with its bony nose, and just almost as if it's looking for a handful of oats or an apple.
I don't know if I have anything.
It's just a regular motions you would notice from a regular animal of its majesty and ilk.
Did I find anything else in the room?
No, you scour it pretty well, and the horse even kind of like seems to follow you around a little bit, and seems to take in a little bit of an affinity towards you as you move yourself to the room. Nothing in here though indicates any kind of any clue as to where this sword might be.
Does it look comfortable to ride the horse?
If it had a saddle on, it would.
Is there enough room in this? How big is the cave?
Well, the passageways themselves are only 5 feet wide. The ceilings though are at least 15 to 20 feet high.
Oh, those are big ceilings.
Yeah.
So I tie a rope to the horse.
Okay.
And I motion to Finn, and I hand the rope to Finn. I motion to hand it to Finn.
I said no.
So okay. Can we hear each other yet?
Not yet. Is somebody gonna lead it or no?
I'll take it if Finn's gonna deny the generosity of a paladin that just healed him all the way back up. So I'm gonna lead the horse.
No, you didn't.
Okay, so the horse is yours to control now.
And he shall be named
4 hit points.
Skeletal.
No, he shall be named Skeletal Johnson.
Barrick was over here in the corner, kind of looking at this passageway,
All right.
trying to perceive anything down it.
While you're looking down the way, it's a very narrow passageway. It doesn't look obstructed in any way. It just looks like someone. The rest of the walls are very smooth and well carved. These walls are not well hewn. It looks like it was carved in a rapid fashion and not with any kind of specialized tools.
Were they like claws? Or they?
Not
is it
necessarily
something
claws.
trying to get out.
No, not really claws as if it was trying to escape, but it just looks like someone was taking like the hilt of a sword or even like, a plank of wood and just trying to carve some type of passage through this area.
Can I fit through that? Can Barrick fit
You
down?
can. You can squeeze into it.
So Barrick's gonna go down, just inching his way at a bit at a
Yeah,
time.
you kind of have to sidle your way, like kind of side to side, like you have to. Your one hand's in front of you, and your other hand's behind you, with your head
Right.
turned, right? And so it's only about 2 feet wide at the widest.
Anything down there worth of note? Anything of note?
Nothing you see yet.
Okay, so Barrick's gonna keep going. This is where Barrick dies.
Well, I see that's the head of the horse. I had him backwards.
Okay. When you slide into this position, go back.
Back here.
Yeah.
Okay.
When you slide into this position, you get this literal sinking feeling as when you step, the floor below you just makes this very slow and very steady drop down below. You guys don't hear so much as you feel the ground begin to rumble and shake, and Barrick, all light just goes suddenly dark as the rubble and the earth and the dirt all around you just closes in on you. You are
That's not
now,
good.
yeah, hold on here. We're gonna say that's a come on. You're now blinded, as well as deafened, but you are also restrained as you're completely encased in dirt and rubble, and you start to slowly tell that it is becoming very hard to breathe. So roll me a Constitution.
Oh shoot.
Well, actually, what's your Constitution modifier?
+0.
You have no, okay. So you're gonna be able to hold your breath for about a minute before you start to run out of breath.
Okay. Barrick is going to cast Mage Hand and send it to his companions, and it's going to snap its fingers and say, "This way."
All right. So this little hand pops out of this tunnel and just starts doing this. Unfortunately, you're not necessarily able to hear it yet, but you can tell what it's doing. And I guess you're pointing back towards the tunnel.
Yeah.
All right, so Shield will go over to the tunnel, and he'll see if he can even fit through this 2-foot wide tunnel.
It's going to be really hard for you to squeeze in there. In fact, probably at your even removing your armor, it was going to be extremely hard for you to go in there in like a side slide kind of thing.
So I say, Finn, and Devon had to step away for a second, but
Can the horse like take its body apart and go down like one bone at a time?
I say what? What did you say? What happened? Where did Barrick go?
Finn, down here, the motion hand. You got to go now. Go now.
Yeah, you guys can hear muffled. Your hearing is coming back. You can hear kind of muffled noises now. It's not you're not completely deafened anymore.
So I get out of the way so Finn can go through there.
I don't think I can fit through here.
You actually could. You could if you were you sucked in you don't have much of a gut. You're a pretty fit
True.
and
Yeah.
So you could
here I go.
You could sidle your way down there.
And I grab onto the side of the cave area and I feet first go straight in.
Okay.
And there I
We
go.
oil him up first so he slips through.
Yeah.
Butter him up.
Say, Shield,
Like-
don't get any ideas. All right.
Like the janitor from Simpsons.
Willie.
So where are you headed?
I'm going in.
Okay. How far in you going?
As far as I go till it stops.
Okay. So take yourself up there. Whoa. Here, back up one there. When you get to this pinch point in the tunnel, you can tell that the rubble right in front of you is very fresh and fallen. It looks like you could start to dig your way through there if you begin now.
I turn back and go back out here and say, "That's blocked. You can't go that way." Where's Barrick?
So the hand motioned us to go through there. So Barrick went through there.
Oh,
Was he?
okay. Maybe he's buried alive. Let me go back and check.
Good call.
I go back in here and I whisper, "Barrick, Barrick." And I yell back to the shield, I don't hear him. I don't think he's in here. Are you sure he's in here?
Would I be able to hear at this point him yelling?
Yes, you can hear him yelling.
I think he's there. I don't think he would have sent the hand if he wasn't in there.
All right, so I start digging. And do you want me to roll anything?
So it's just gonna take you a full turn to kind of start to dig out like 5 feet of that rubble.
Okay. I just keep digging.
All right. Barrick, you go ahead and roll a what the heck? Well, there's not much you can roll right now. You do feel your breath eking out of you. It's getting harder and harder to breathe. You can't tell, the panic kind of starts to settle in. You can't tell what's going on. You've lost all sense of up and down, left or right, or anything, as your lungs begin to just scream for you to take a breath. Shield?
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
I will say, did you find him?
Still digging.
Okay.
Keep digging. Digging.
We'll call you
Okay.
Dig Dug.
Eventually, you finally feel the furry hide of Barrick. You come across his shoulder, and you are very close to getting his head free.
At least it wasn't his butt.
Right.
I think I found him, I say, and I yell out and keep trying to push the rubble away.
You eventually really get his head, Barrick. Finally, the rubble comes moving, and you just feel this nice, refreshing, cold air release itself around your head, and you're able to suck in a very life-giving breath.
As he opens his eyes, he'll see me. I'm blowing on his face.
About to give him CPR.
The kid's a dead. The kid's alive.
I burped and it was like blowing it in his face.
You're the weirdest elf.
Barrick tells Finn, thank you, and go back.
All right, yeah. So you're able, as much as he's dug out, you're able to kind of get yourself where you can get free of there and start heading back down the corridor.
All right, so I head back down the corridor.
Cool. You're completely covered in dirt and stuff, but you definitely feel the relief of having not suffocated.
So Barrick, what happened? Did you check for traps before you went through there?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
You
glad
did?
you're okay.
There's nothing down there, guys.
Okay.
Let's go. Who found the horse?
This is my new skeleton horse. You can ride him if you want, if you're tired.
Esqueleto.
Yeah, that's his name. Esqueleto. So here's our new horse, Esqueleto. And I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna continue on around this this area to the left.
Okay.
What is our purpose here? Are we looking for a sword?
I'm looking for a sword.
Can I use my spell Accio sword?
You could try it, I suppose. So I'm gonna come down here and I am going to do this quietly
Okay.
as we walk down here.
You have a bone horse following you. Maybe I should.
Okay, Shield, stop.
Clap,
Hold on,
clap,
Shield.
clap, 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 clap.
Yeah, that is probably super loud, huh?
All right, Shield. Everybody roll for initiative.
17.
18.
Why do you always beat me?
18 plus 3.
Whatever. Still last. I rolled a 17, and I'm still last. Shield phases into the wall.
Shield glitches into the wall.
Glitch. Broke out of bounds. So I just see darkness and a flat black plane underneath me.
That's an exploit. I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to push 18.
I look
the ledge.
around to see if I can see the sword clipping out of the geometry somewhere.
As Shield steps forward into this passage, Barrick, you see the same blue light suddenly pop into view all around him, and there is that nasty blue piercing image starting to surround and engulf him.
Barrick is going to cast shield because I've been reading my spell chart, and this is something that is useful.
You're gonna cast shield on shield?
That would be awesome. I don't think I can. I might be able to. Let me find out.
You cast raised foxhole.
Right. Remember when somebody tried to do that one time?
You remember that thing?
That was the worst. So, can I make a raised foxhole?
It's like a volcano in the battlefield, and you're hiding in the center of the volcano.
Oh, sorry. So that's only around me. So Barrick is gonna cast shield around himself.
Okay.
And
Nice.
then because that's awesome. And if I get attacked, I'll tell you what it does because that's what it happens to you.
Okay.
And then shield Barrick flip. Barrick is going to fire a crossbow bolt.
At
where are you
what?
Yeah, what?
This your head.
Okay.
That's where the light is.
All right.
This is
So
fine.
Here's what's gonna happen. If you're gonna, are you gonna shoot at the thing?
I'm not because I can't because I used my spell.
All right. Okay, you're right. You can't.
Yeah. So.
All right.
It's now Fenn's turn. So Barrick's turn is over. It's now Fenn's turn.
Ben, it's your turn.
All right. I am back over here. I don't see anything going on.
Whose fault is that?
Well, it's a tight corridor. Things happen. There's a bony
Barrick's
horse.
3 feet tall. You should be able to see over him all the time.
There's a bony horse in front of you.
Leave the boner horse alone.
It's like looking through a picket fence, man. It's a bony horse.
All right, so I move up here to behind the shield. See if I can get a better view of anything, but I don't.
Yeah, the blue light is engulfing Shield.
Oh, he's engulfing him. Okay. So he is engulfing him. So I am going to just try and hit him to see if it'll shake him out of it. With
what are you gonna hit me with?
Short swords.
Oh.
So you're gonna attempt. Okay, so you're gonna attempt to hit the aberration with your short sword.
Yeah.
Okay, from where you're standing.
No, I better move all the way up to him. So, maybe I can't move that. Would have to try and shoot him. That's as far as I could move. So.
Okay.
So
you're gonna roll with disadvantage.
Okay.
And yeah.
That's how I always roll. Here we go. Ooh, the first one was a 19. That was pretty good. Next one is a 6 plus 9 equals 15.
How do you have a +9? That's insane.
Yeah, a total of 15 though.
Yep.
All right. It is definitely not enough to hit it, but it is also enough to not accidentally hit shield, and the arrow clatters off the back of the wall and shatters after it smacks into the solid stone, shattering the shaft and ruining the arrow.
Okay. Yeah. I guess that's my turn. I'm going to before that I'm going to use for my second action I'm going to use dodge. Just going to have that there in case it comes for me.
Shield, suddenly there's this very coppery taste in your mouth. And then, oh man. And then nothing happens as it attempts to inflict some pain on you. Somehow it touches just the right spot on your shield, and somewhere it grounds itself on the floor, and it gets launched backwards.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, so it's not currently engulfing you, but it flies back, smacks into like this puffy cloud shape in the wall, and is gonna take some damage. Jeez.
You're rolling really good when you're damaging yourself.
I know, man. Okay. And it completely fails at that attack. And it is now your turn, Shield.
Okay, I am going to cast Guiding Bolt at this thing. I'm going to hit it with some damage. So that is, let me find my dice. That is a 4 + 6, but I'm feeling lucky, so I'm going to re-roll that. Okay. And that is a 16 + 6. So I'm guessing that hits.
It's going to hit.
And that is going to be 4d6
Dang.
of damage. So that is 10, 11, 12, 13.
What kind of damage is it again?
This is going to be holy damage.
Holy damage?
Hold on, let me double check. Because it's Guiding Bolt. Damage is radiant damage. Sorry, radiant damage.
Okay.
All right.
A total of 13?
13 damage. And let's see. On a hit, the target takes 46 radiant damage. On the next attack roll made against this creature, they'll have advantage because of the mystical dim light glittering. All right, so the next person that attacks it will have advantage on the attack.
When your guiding bolt hits this thing and the radiance connects with its form, you can tell that the reaction between the two kinds of light creates a almost this void type of space, and so much of this thing just dissipates and melts away. It's such a faint light now, it's barely left behind.
Awesome. And then I am going to, that was my spell, so that is it. I'm done.
All right, Finn, or Barrick.
Barrick is going to move forward a bit, just enough to clear the horse and to kind of get around. I bet he can't see around Shield in this passageway, huh?
It would be really hard for you to see it. You'd have to like be standing on the horse's head to see above him.
Yeah.
But you could
Can I
shoot
get like
under
right
his
here?
legs. Yeah, you could think in behind him and come around the corner there.
Could I do I get to pass that corner?
Yeah, you can pass the corner.
So I'll pass that. So I'll get right here, and I'm gonna fire, or Barrick is gonna fire a crossbow bolt again at the same area that he feels to be center mass or whatever.
Okay, you're gonna have advantage on this attack.
Okay. So 10 + 7.
So you can roll it. You get to roll another d20 because you have advantage. Advantage is 2 d20s, and you take the highest.
13 plus 7.
13 plus 7?
No, 15 plus 7.
Okay.
So the first thing was
Yeah.
And
So
I
you're
only
gonna,
get 1 bolt, so.
yeah, you're gonna connect. So go ahead and
And then damage is going to be 1d6 plus 4.
right.
That's going to be 4 plus 4 is 8.
So once again, your bolt finds center mass, and as it enters the strange incorporeal form, it kind of pierces what seems to be the heart of it, and it just dissipates into a flash of light.
A crash of drums, a flash of light.
Mm-hmm.
My golden coat flew out of sight.
It cost you nothing to do that, and yet. All right. And I suppose I should click on it and delort it.
all right. I'm gonna tug on the rope of my skeletal horse, the skeleto, and we're gonna continue walking.
These skeletons were made for walking.
That that burial in the little passageway really hurt Barrick's back, and he's only got about 15 to 20
All right,
minutes
shield,
left.
back up. One step there. Go ahead and roll me a. Well, you're going to take, as you step on the plate, it flips. You go careening down to the ground. You are going to take 2 points of bludgeoning damage. And
Okay.
as you are falling, you are going to be impaled by 1 sword for 4 points of piercing damage.
Does my horse come with me?
The
Your
horse didn't
horse-
tug on the rope and keep him from falling?
The horse is happily at the top of the thing, looking down at you. Unfortunately, you didn't knock its skull off as you spun the floor so rapidly. It was able to keep its wits about it and back up as you fell.
I'm gonna stand up and pull the sword out of my back. I'm gonna inspect the sword to see if I'm gonna get tetanus from it.
You will
This
get
is the
tetanus
sword
from
we're looking for.
it.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Is this the sword we're looking for?
It is not the sword you're looking for.
I throw
Definitely,
the
it's
sword
just-
up out of the hole,
It's just a blade. Yeah, it's just a blade that was masonried into the ground.
and I inspect the pit that I just found myself falling into.
Okay.
And I do that
The-
by rolling dice, and that's a natural 20.
The nat 20. You,
Yep.
with your nat 20, are able to tell that there are 47 really nice swords down here.
That's a lot of swords.
Yeah.
Cool.
And that's all you can see. It looks like you're the first person to ever fall down this pit trap.
That's the opposite of what 47 swords down here would tell me.
What do you see down there? Anything useful?
There's oddly enough, there's 47 swords down here. They're all. How much could I sell each sword for?
You have no idea how much someone would pay for
Alright.
those, for the blades.
Are they rusted?
No, they're not rusted. They're standing straight up in the air, so they're not they don't seem to have any a lot of decay. I mean, they're tarnished quite a bit, but there's no rust on them.
How long would it take me to detach each blade from how they are positioned?
It would probably take you. Go ahead and roll a strength.
That is a 10 plus 3, 13.
So it would probably take you at least 15 minutes a piece to start chipping away around the base to dislodge them.
All right, so I take my rope. I attach. How far of a drop was it?
15 feet.
15 feet. So I can throw 15 feet. So I throw my rope up. And
You
I say, hold on
throw-
to this. Just my rope. Just one end of the rope, so I can climb.
One end of the rope. Okay, one end of the rope comes up out of the pit.
I pick up the rope.
And I start climbing up the rope.
Okay, so who's holding the rope?
Finn is holding the rope.
Just Finn?
Just Finn.
Okay, so Finn, give me a strength check with disadvantage.
So my first roll was a 10.
Huh?
And the second one was a 17. But so 10 plus 3 was my lowest one was 13.
13. All right, it's really, really hard for you to hold him up. In fact, at some point you're not very high when he lets go, so you don't like re-impale yourself.
Oh,
But
come on.
He's just not easy to hold up.
If we tie the end of the rope to the horse, is the horse with it enough to like not crumble?
Give
Like
it a shot.
how are these bones put together?
They seem very well put together as they've been walking around the corridor for the last half hour.
Well, I mean, walking isn't bearing weight. But
So
anyway, so what do you want to do?
tie it around the horse and myself, and we said, give it another try.
Just as if a regular horse was pulling on the rope, you're able to walk your way up the wall and out of the pit.
Oh, nice. I say, well done, Skeleto. Thank you. And I say, Finn, thanks for trying to get me out of the hole, at
Hey,
least.
you're an elephant. What can I say? Don't fall in the hole next time.
Barrick is going to check this corridor for traps.
There
You're gonna
were
check what
47
corridor?
down there. Counted.
Barrick is going to check the corridor for traps. Just
Which corridor?
the one that we're in right now.
Yeah, you are able to sense the one trap that Shield fell down. There's a
Check
trap
for-
there.
I checked for
I found
traps.
this trap, so you guys wouldn't have to.
Once again, is there any? It's the same with this cave. Is there any loose rock or anything? Is there anything we can use to secure this piece of floor?
There's there's a blade that was left at the bottom. There's chunks of rock back in the other,
So Barrick is gonna attempt the same thing to try to jam this trap door shut.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to lodge it, no big deal.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna walk my elephantine butt into this room with Skeleto, and where I'm going to investigate this room.
Okay. In this room,
The natural one.
two natural pillars. You're able to tell that there are 4 more sarcophagi in here, with the same ornate carvings, with the same patterns, with the same different shapes and things. But there are 4 of them in this room this time.
So I look over to Finn and Barrick,
I give him the
seeing if
thumbs up
they're.
and say, open up one of those.
I look over to Barrick to see if he disagrees.
I disagree, but Barrick then proceeds to grab his weapons to get ready for whatever's about to come out.
I mean, we got to find the
All
sword
right.
somewhere. Why would it just be out in the open, right?
Does it have to be in a sarcophagi?
Where else is it going to be?
Not in a sarcophagi?
You never know until
So
you open them all up.
I start pulling the lid off of the sarcophagi.
So as you're pulling it, it has like this very natural groove where it starts to slide. It's heavy, but it does start to slide eventually to the point where it's going to tilt and come clattering to the ground in a heavy thud.
So I don't let it do that.
Oh, you don't? Okay. You're just gonna let it...
I want to peek inside of it.
Okay. You see bones and not really a well preserved body at all, but kind of tight. What used to be tight and dry skin. There's still a slight beard around it. There are some tattered and decayed, dusty robes, and that looks like what was in here at one point was some type of wizard or some type of magic user.
I with my trunk, I poke at the body to see if it moves.
When you touch it, it kind of poofs into dust, and the portions that you touch just crumble and collapse.
All right, so I pull the lid all the way off of the sarcophagus.
Okay.
So I can inspect and find out more of who this was, what they have, and what they buried this wizard with.
So with inside the wizard's tomb, there obviously his body, his robes are decayed and falling apart. Who knows how long they've been there? There is though the leather binding of a cover of a book laying near his side.
Ooh, I pick up the book.
When you open it, or do you open it?
Do I open the book now? I open the book.
Okay, it's really light. So when you open it, it's missing you can tell so many pages have been ripped out of this book. And the only there's only one page left in it. And it's a language you have no clue what the language is.
I hold it up to Finn and Barrick. Can you guys read this?
I don't know. Is it in Elvish, Goblin, or Orc?
It is not.
Nope, I can't read
Barrick?
it.
Barrett can't read English, so no.
Oh, you can't even read English. I hold it up to a skeleton.
Is it in
Miss-
Celestial, Common, or Thieves' Cant?
Common is English. Or common is common,
Yes.
I guess.
Is it?
None of you can read it.
I can read Celestial. I just learned that just now. That's kind
I
of
hold it up to a skeleton and I say, "Can you read this?"
He goes. I don't know how he does that because he doesn't have any lips.
Yeah. How the crap does the skeleton
Or lungs.
or any organs for that matter. But you could tell that if he was a regular horse, he would have made that very noise. He would have
So
said, "Wilbur."
We can open the rest of these. I mean, we've got this book with this page. Should we open the rest of them?
I open the lid. I don't even peek into this one next to me. I just pull it straight off. Let it fall to the.
Before he does that, Barrick moves to here.
All right. Finn, you very difficultly slide the top off the sarcophagus. It does make a loud thud as it smacks the ground. It looks like the body in here was once a very decorated and renowned warrior. His plate armor is somewhat intact. There are pieces that could be salvaged, like one pauldron or maybe like a plate on the leg. There is some chainmail in there that just seems pretty nondescript. It's very tarnished. It is wrapped around, quite a few rib cage bones and the like. But there is no weapon at all.
Cool. Okay. There's nothing over here. Walk over to this next one and open that one up.
So you're not okay. So when you slide the sarcophagus off of this one, this looks like it was the body of or it was at one point a dwarf. The body's obviously the stature of a dwarf. The shield that he carries has the image of Gond on it, and in kind of like a holy symbol. And there's a fairly decent mace in next to the shield. It looks like it. The handle's really wrapped ornately in corded leather, and it has just a little slightest bit of gold at the bottom pommel.
Interesting. Can I inspect it any better?
No, I mean it's just very clearly and obviously that's what it is. So there's a shield with the symbol of Gond and a mace with a golden pommel.
Okay. I say, Shield, you might want to check this one out over here. There might be something for you. Good loot for you.
So I go over there, and he's down here.
Yeah.
And I take the objects out of the sarcophagus.
Okay. So just add a mace and a shield if you want. It's a smaller shield. It'd be like a buckler to you.
Okay.
Also, how did for that dragon opal that I received?
Say that again.
For that dragon opal that I received, where would I find that? Is that under like a wondrous type or?
You just want to add. Let's see. You might have to just write it in your notes right now. Just a fiery opal.
Okay.
And that way we can get it. You can get it appraised later. It might not. It's probably not going to be in your regular common.
Okay, no worries. While he is gathering those, I'm going to open up this last sarcophagus here.
Okay. Opening this sarcophagus, the clothing on this body is not at all dressed like any kind of warrior or wizard or anything like that. It almost looks like very nondescript, plain clothes of almost like a peasant. Simple riding boots, a somewhat ornate tunic, but pretty much very, very common. But in and around the neck of the body are more of these opals, but set like carved in like these long tubular fashion, and then and just literally a necklace of those same opals.
All right. Barrett, there might be something over here for you. And I walk away. Stand right over here.
Beric will come to the sarcophagus and look inside and.
All right, so there's this fire opal necklace, as well as a kind of a simple looking monocle. Just a simple piece of glass surrounded by brass.
Beric asks the trio, "Are we okay taking this stuff?"
I don't see why not.
I mean, these graves don't seem evil or nefarious or.
I don't know if they're going to use this.
Well, but I mean, are we the type of group that just comes and robs graves? Or is that what we do now?
I mean, we are looking for weapons, and it seems like any advantage we could.
Sword.
I mean, we could put it all back, but I don't think it's doing these creatures any good. I mean, I am slightly terrified that something's going to reanimate their bones, and they're going to be fully equipped with weapons. And this is just us alleviating that fear.
Okay, just curious.
What did the warrior have with the plate on?
He had no weapon, from what I understand.
There was no weapon. There was chainmail. There was really decent chainmail, and then like a pauldron and like a leg plate. But that was, yeah.
I will go collect that loot as well.
Was there any sense that we get that maybe we're not the first to come through here and look in these?
It looks like it has been a very long time since anybody has been in these graves.
I was the first person to fall in the trap, so.
Is it strange that a warrior is buried without a weapon?
Is that strange? I think back on all my knowledge of burials and warriors that are buried. Are they usually buried with weapons?
You can roll a knowledge arcana or knowledge history.
That's an 11 with history +1. That is a 12.
So there's no real explanation as to why there's no weapon there, while everybody else obviously seems to be buried with their stuff. It's either there was no weapon to be buried with him, or the weapon that he chose was lost. But it is kind of strange. I mean, everybody else seems to have their, accoutrement, and he does not. So
Yeah, it's weird, Beric.
Okay. Shall we go? More rooms to explore?
I think so. But maybe we'll explore next time.
I
On
think that's
Shut
a
Up
great
and Roll
idea.
for Initiative.
To be continued. The final passage of the Dragon Barrow.
Dragon Barrow.
All right.